Hey guys, today's challenge is a two-part challenge. I was having a little trouble getting this video to load. We're going to try it one more time though. Basically, what you need to do is you need to get yourself a spiral notebook and start making a list of names of everyone that you know. I know that sounds crazy, but you know more people than you realize. And as you make this list, I want you to keep notes as you contact the people in that same notebook. Keep the notebook in a place that you can easily remember where it is, you know, on your desk or wherever. And that way, if you contact someone and they show a little bit of interest, but they say not right now, you can check back and go back to the front of that notebook or that journal or whatever. Check your notes on it, see when was the last time you contacted them, and maybe contact them at a later date. Celeste Gwynn always says that she basically asks for permission to ask them again. You know, would you be interested in hearing about the products or the opportunity? And then if they say, well, not really, or I don't know anyone, or I don't think I'm interested in that right now, then she says, well, can I retain the permission to contact you back? And she said they always say yes. So she contacts people back, and I think that's a really smart thing to do. The second part of the challenge is that I want you to contact someone this week that you haven't seen in 6 months or longer, and ask them to lunch or dinner or coffee. And what I want you to do while you're at this lunch is I want you to practice the skill that you hear me talk about all the time, which is shutting up, asking more questions, and listening to what people say. It's a skill that we as Plexus people, we know how to do this. We know in our general life, we know how to make friends. We know to ask them about their lives. We know to ask them questions. But we seem to, when they get in touch with us about Plexus, we tend to puke information on them. Guess what else I know? Guess what else I know? Plexus, Garcinia Cambogia, oh my God, ProBio 5, all of that. So what I would like for you to do is I want you to make a lunch date with someone and practice asking them questions. Find out, what have you been doing lately? What's been going on in the last 6 months? I haven't seen you in a long time. And determine from that, what's the next question to ask? After they tell you that, ask another question. Then ask another question. And so on and so forth. And even if you end the lunch date where all you have done is catch up on their life, consider it a victory, because all you're really doing is practicing this skill. Now, if they ask you questions and they want you to share about your life, tell them, but also get the conversation back on them. Now, invariably, the better you get at this particular skill, the more likely someone is to bring up Plexus even by accident, tell you something that's gone on in their family that leads you into a Plexus conversation. And in that case, reserve the right, of course, to talk to them about it. But still, again, don't focus on yourself. Don't focus on what's been going on with you. Focus on them. I think the biggest detriment when someone messages you on Facebook about Plexus, the worst thing that you can do, my eyes are so puffy. I didn't get much sleep last night. We're on a girls' weekend. The best thing that you can do is learn how to answer briefly with whatever questions that they ask you, and turn around and ask them a question that requires response, whether that is actually in the form of a Facebook message or if that is in the form of actually one-on-one talking with someone. People feel a kindred friendship with someone who wants to know more about them and their life, and they don't feel like they're being sold to. And we know this inherently, we know this, but we tend to forget and think that we need to tell this person all the information they need, like we'll never have a chance to talk to them ever again if we don't tell them right now. So this week, and I want you to come back and tell us how it went. Give us specifics. Tell us who you went to lunch with, maybe even take a selfie with them, and come back and tell how it went. And if it leads to Plexus, that's great. If all you do is learn more about them, that's okay too. And you can say, hey, if the lunch goes by and all you've had a chance to do was catch up with them on what's going on with them, you can check back. Or you can say, basically, If they say, you know, all I did was talk about myself, you can say, that's okay, we can reserve the right to go to coffee again in a couple of weeks. So that's the challenge for today, and hopefully I can get it to load this time. And you guys have a great weekend.